Today I'm gonna be ranking the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies Gobblegums based on how useful they come in game. And right off the bat, we got Aftertaste. Aftertaste is a pretty useful gobblegum, I'd say. It is a mega gobblegum, and it does activate as soon as you pick it up. So for the next 3 rounds, essentially what it does is it gives you the ability to get down and get revived and keep your perks, which is pretty good. But there is other gobblegums that do that job way better, I'd say, but it still comes in clutch regardless whether it's solo or with a co-op team. I think it's pretty good, and I will put it comes in clutch just because of that, just because there is other gobblegums that do the job better. Chemical and thesis. So what chemical and thesis does, it basically, instead of getting points, you get ammo back for any weapon that you're using while you activate this gobblegum. It does have 2 activations, and it is a regular gobblegum, so you cannot like lose them. And what I would do in the Ice and Drag, I would just spam this gobblegum with the bows, and I would just go ham because I would never lose ammo. So essentially, it's basically a free max ammo if you think about it in some sort of way. So I would say it's godly. I will say it's godly just because it comes in clutch when you run out of ammo. Perfect gobblegum. Perfect gobblegum. Always done swiftly. So this is a regular ass gobblegum. And to be honest, it's not really that special. What it does is you just aim faster and move faster while aiming. And I don't think I see anybody go out of their way to hit the gobblegum machine and ask for this gobblegum. It's one of those throwaway gobblegums, and it is a regular one, so you would never run out of them. So you just pick it up because that's what the machine gives you. So I would say it's sometimes useful just because it's not a needful like gobblegum. It's not needed like any of the other megas, but it is a pretty good one, pretty solid, just not really needed anywhere but here. Now this one is one of the regulars that's also godly tier. In my opinion, I think this saves your ass multiple times. Just like in plain sight, this gobblegum can literally save you when you get cornered. I've done it multiple times. I just keep it on my thing, and if I get cornered, pop it, get transported to another part of the map, I'm saved. Or you could get transported to a crappy ass place, but I don't remember that shit happening to me. But I will say it's godly just because it helps you when you get cornered, and you can just insta pop it, and it is a regular. So once again, infinite uses. Armamento accomplishment. So eventually, what this gobblegum basically is just fast hands for multiplayer, but without the fast reload. So you use utility faster, you swap weapons faster, yada yada yada. Uh, I think it could be useful, just like always done swiftly, but you don't go out of your way to get it. So essentially, that's what I'm gonna put it. It's just not required. It's just something you get. Arms Grace. So what Arms Grace does is basically when you die and you respawn with this Gobblegum on, you get all your weapons back, which is pretty good. It's basically Tombstone in Gobblegum form. You just don't get your perks back like you would with Tombstone. Uh, so I think it's a pretty comes in clutch. I never see anybody use it because nobody really uses the regular gobblegums besides in plain sight or like anywhere but here, the ones that are good. But this one, I think it comes in clutch or it can be pretty useful. I'll say it's pretty useful just because you don't get your perks back. I'll put it just in useful, just right in the middle because I believe that's where it belongs. And it does last like till the next time you die. So there is no time clock on it. So it's a pretty good, useful one. Arsenal Accelerator. This one, I never seen anybody use it, never heard anybody use it. I think it's useless. If any of you guys have ever used it, let me know. What do you use it for? Easter egg steps, whatever, high rounds. I never heard anybody use it. This legit doesn't exist. I think I've seen people use the one that makes the zombies go up in the air, the little funny joke gobblegum, more than this one. So I will say it's useless just because I don't see a situation where I would use it unless it's like for an Easter egg step, but I can't remember an Easter egg step where this is needed. So yeah, I will put it in useless or to death. So basically, if you repair any windows and there's a zombie nearby, this man is gonna drop down to the floor. Uh, I don't know how useful that would be, unless it's like a starting room challenge. But this gobblegum just sounds useless as hell, more than accelerant. Also, it only lasts for 5 minutes, and it's a mega. The audacity. Yeah, man. I don't think there's a world where this gobblegum is any of any importance or usefulness like to anybody. Yeah, this is definitely a useless ass gobblegum. Board games. Another board gobblegum. Yay. I don't know who was in the studio making these, but he has a board fetish. And I do not like that because this one is just as useless as the last one. Basically, what it does, you repair a board, the whole window gets repaired. And you only get points for the single window repaired. So it's only one board. So basically, that's 10 points. Yeah, this is pretty garbage. I think anything board related with gobblegums is just ass. Bullet boost. So basically, what this gobblegum does, every pack a punches your pack a punch weapon that you already have for 2 tries, and that sounds pretty good for somebody that's a cheapskate that doesn't like using the 2,500 points to repack a punch their gun. So I'd say this is probably sometimes useful. I never used it myself, but I'm pretty sure there's a cheapskate out there. Yes, I'm looking at you, the motherfuckers that don't like buying doors or anything that doesn't benefit them. It's pretty useful for you guys, the cheapskates of the zombies community. But besides that, I think it's useful. It's something that you use from time to time. Burnt out. So if you like getting touched twice and then losing your gobblegum, this is the gobblegum for you. Because what it does, it just you get 2 hits and anybody that hits you gets set on fire around you. It's basically electric cherry, but like fire version and more shittier. I will say this is probably useless, but I think there were some strats back in the day where they would literally wipe bosses with this one. I'm not sure, but in my personal eyes, this is one of the most useless gobblegums I ever seen in my life. It only lasts for 2 hits. You know how many times you get hit in a zombie match? This gobblegum probably wouldn't even last like 5 seconds, especially on high rounds. Yeah, I don't know who walks out of this freaking spawn room with this shit on. To be honest, it's garbage. I'm sorry. Cashback, free max ammo. I don't gotta say nothing. I don't gotta say nothing. When I see that little bullet box, I know my heart is gonna be jumping with joy. That's all I gotta say. Coagulant. So 20 minutes. That's how long it lasts. 20 minutes, and you can get to bleed out for as long as you want. Not really, but your bleed out time is way longer. I think this is a good one. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Do I dare to say it comes in clutch? I mean, nobody really uses it because everybody just uses the megas, but I think it's a pretty useful one, especially if you suck ass and you get down often. Just have this on you 24/7. I will say it's useful. Not comes in clutch, but I will say it comes in useful for anybody that just gets down a lot and sometimes they just need to stay down a little bit longer and wait for their daddies to come and revive them. But yeah, great power. Ooh, free backup punch weapon. Who doesn't love those? And to be honest, I say it comes in clutch. I was thinking about putting it on godly, but I don't think it's up there. If anybody think it's up there, let me know. But I think it comes in clutch because it gives you a little few points, especially if you get lucky and you get a good gun, you don't gotta spend that 5,000. Beautiful, uh, pretty good rated. I think it deserves to come in clutch. Crawl space. So this one has 5 activations, and what it does, it just makes crawlers all around you. I think this one's a pretty useful or sometimes useful. It could be useful for Easter egg steps. It's definitely useful, if I remember correctly, in the Rise and Drag for the Void Bow, you need crawlers to feed the skull. So I think it would come in useful there, or for just like I said, any Easter egg or like just any situation when you need crawlers. So I will say sometimes useful, just because it's situational based. That's what I think. But besides that, I don't think it would save your life because crawlers still beat the crap out of you. But yeah, for Easter egg steps or just having crawlers around, thumbs up. Danger closest. Rip off PhD flopper. We asked for PhD flopper, and what did they give us? A blue gobblegum that we can just chew on. So this one lasts for like 3 rounds. And what it does, like I said, is PhD flopper, the rip off. You take no explosive damage. You take reduced damage from the panzer bombs or any explosive from enemies. And I'd say it could be useful, but ain't nobody trying to go hit the gobblegum machine every few rounds just to try to get this gobblegum back if they're trying to run like an explosive, like weapon, like armory. Yeah, I'd say it's sometimes useful just because it's just rip off PhD. If we had really PhD, this thing would be useless, but unfortunately, we don't have that. Dead of nuclear winter. I'd say this could come in clutch, But at the same time, who really asks for a nuke? The only time I ask for a nuke is when I don't got no ammo and we can't kill no zombies. Uh, that's the only time I ever ask for it. If you get cornered, it's not gonna help you because you gotta pick up the power up, and by the time that shit pops up, you're probably gone. So I'd say it's sometimes useful as well, just because it's not really convenient. There's other gobblegums that can save you, and I'm telling you, nobody really asks for a nuke unless they want all those zombies dead. Disorderly combat. So this is a goofy ass gobblegum. It's basically you get to play gun game for like 5 minutes. That's basically what it does. It's a mega gobblegum, uh, and it's goofy. I would just run this if I'm like playing the game for fun, which I don't know, man. Most of the time I play zombies, I try to do Easter eggs or get to high rounds. I'm not trying to play gun game on zombies. But it's a pretty fun gobblegum for some people. I'll say it's useless. It's useless. It's just a funny gobblegum, so it will be useless. There's nothing important about the gobblegum, to be honest. Like, come on. Ephemeral enhancement. This gobblegum is buns. For 60 seconds, you're telling me that I'm gonna have my weapon pack a punch. Not for a full time like crate power or wall power. For 60 seconds, I get to activate it twice, and I get my pack a punch weapon for 60 seconds. Talk about useless, man. Like, who the hell uses this? Nobody's gonna use this. Useless, bro. Useless. I don't know what they were thinking, man. That this is as useless as they come, bro. If it ain't forever, I don't want it. Like, come on. Give me a forever pack a punch weapon. Like, take this thing out the game. We got crate power, wall power. Like, come on. Extra credit. Free monies. So basically what this does, it has 4 activations. It gives you 1,250 points. It comes pretty useful, especially if you have double points, you get 10,000 points in total. So this comes in clutch when you're trying to open all the doors, trying to get the Easter egg done, you know. But for that, you usually use shopping spree. But still, this a pretty useful, like, you know, I'm gonna put it on pretty useful, man. Like free monies. Who doesn't want that? I mean, there's nothing else to say. You could get all your perks early, open all the doors early. Not pack a punch because you gotta do a lot of shit to pack a punch in every single map. But you can get a lot of stuff done with just popping this one right off the bat when you spawn. And if you do get lucky and get it on the first try. Fatal contraption. So basically, you get 2 activations. You get a free death machine. I think this will come in clutch with the Panzer, or like when you're just trying to clear out a horde. I would say sometimes useful, just because of that. This is one of the ones that you put on your like loadout when you just don't have any of the other gobblegums, when you run out of the good ones, you know. But it does come in useful, like I said, to wipe out hordes or wipe out a panzer. It's a free death machine, so it's always gonna come in clutch. Fear and headlights. So if you want to play Weeping Angels with the zombies in game, all you gotta do is pop this bad boy. Because for 2 minutes, as long as you stare at the zombies in front of you, they will not move. Uh, I will say this is kind of useless. I cannot think of it being useful. If you guys got any creative ideas on how this could be useful, let me know in the comments. But for me, I don't think there's a time where this would be useful unless like minutes. Nah, yeah, it's I don't think if it was 5 minutes, maybe, but it's 2 minutes. I don't even think somebody can go take a piss and come back and like still have the zombie. Like I was gonna say, this was gonna be a good like, you know, hold the crawler. I gotta go take a piss or take out the trash. And you just hold the zombie there because he can't move because you're looking at him. But it's only 2 minutes, dog. If it was 5 minutes, it could be sometimes useful, but so far it's useless. It's too little of a time, one activation. Not that good. Not that good. Firing on all cylinders. Basically gung ho. So you can run and shoot at the same time. Uh I use this one. I have not noticed the difference. If I'm keeping it a buck. I have not noticed the difference. Maybe I'm that slow. But if it does do what it does, which it's supposed to, it could be sometimes useful, just like the other ones. It's not that important. It's a regular gobblegum. I'll lose it. I would say it's sometimes useful, just because it's a mobility. You know, you run around, a zombie pops in front of you. You don't got time to stop. Shoot that bad boy. That's basically what it helps you do. So it does sometimes useful. It's not completely useless. The other ones are, but this one is it has its uses. Flavor hex. So basically a random gobblegum. That's what it is. I will say sometimes useful. It literally says it because it's a gamble. So it's basically sometimes useful if you it could literally give you a godly gobblegum. You could get a perkaholic off of it. or you could get a board games one. So it is gambling gobblegum. So yeah, it just says it. Sometimes useful depending on what you get. Head drama. So this gobblegum lasts for a full round, and basically what it does is headshots, cheats, auto aim. Every single shot that comes out of your gun is a headshot. I'll say this is useful to clear out hordes. I think it's useful. Shit, you could even pop. Nah, I don't think it would be useful in a boss fight because most of the time you don't deal with zombies on the boss fight. It's mainly like panzers and stuff. But that would still affect them though. Uh, Still, it's still useful. It's useful, but it does last for a while because I mean it's overpowered. It's a free headshot machine. It's basically an insta kill, basically. So yeah, it will definitely go in useful. Idle eyes, 3 activations, 30 seconds each. The zombies can't see shit. They don't see you or your teammates. They ignore you. This one's even more useful than Fear and Headlights, to be honest, because it has more activations equals more time. Uh, do I dare to say sometimes? I think it is sometimes useful. It activates immediately when you pop it. I will say it's sometimes useful. It could be helpful for Easter egg steps or boss fights. This one's a great one. Or yeah, I mean 3 activations. Oh, useful or sometimes useful, man. I'll say useful. It could come in clutch for Easter egg steps, Easter egg boss fights. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on useful, man. It's between sometimes useful and useful, because you have to be doing something important to get the value off of it. I'm feeling lucky. You get 2 activations, random power up. It literally says it's just like flavor hex. Sometimes useful. You could get a max ammo. You could get extra points. You could get a death machine. Whatever. So since it's a gamble, just like flavor hex, it is sometimes useful. Nothing else to say. Intimidation, liquidation, bro. Every time I get this one, I just pop all of them right off the bat. Tell my homies stand near the nearest box and just freaking waste your 10 points away, bro. These are so goaded when you get them at the start of the match because everybody just gets their dream weapon right off the bat. I will say it comes in clutch, bro. I will say it comes in clutch, bro. It's a beautiful ass gobblegum. You spam it, bro. Get them off, use it off rip, get your beautiful guns, bro. Impatient. So basically, you just respawn before the round ends, which is pretty useful because a lot of the times when one of my homies dies, he spawns at the beginning of the round, then we gotta babysit him, and then eventually he gets down again, bro, because he can't hang on his own. So him ending like coming back when there's only like a few zombies left, and him being able to get his shit back, it could come in clutch, like pretty useful. So I'd say sometimes useful, but at the same time, nobody runs this shit. Nobody runs it. I'm telling you, nobody really runs these. But I will say it's useful for the shitty homie that just can't hang at the beginning of every round after he gets down like on round 20, bro. So I will say it's sometimes useful, but for that shitty homie. In plain sight, this is the goat of all gobblegums. Shit, I'll even say on top of Perkaholic, this is the GOAT. You don't know how many times this Gobblegum has saved me, man. You can literally revive somebody. You can go through an Easter egg step with it. It does last, I think, 10 seconds. But still, this is a godly. It's basically zombie blood. It's just godly, man. I'm telling you, the best one. The best one. Sawarudo. I don't know who let Dio and Yotaro into this game with this Gobblegum, but stopping time for 20 seconds is definitely overpowered. But I just can't think of a situation where I would use it. Like you could use it on an Easter egg step like any of the other ones. But I think this is just a cool gobblegum. It's just cool. It could be useful, but I think it's just cool. I would say uh useful. Yeah. I just don't think when it would be useful. But stopping time, come on, bro. You're stopping time. Even if it's for 20 seconds, it's just stopping time where you can't beat that. Killjoy. 2 free insta kills whenever you want. I believe it's just like the new Gobblegum. I think it's sometimes useful depending when you pop it. It could help you wipe out some zombies, but it's definitely more useful than a nuke because with a nuke you don't get to decide who lives. Everybody just dies. But with insta kill, you get decide. You get to decide who lives and who dies. So that will put it on top of it, by being useful instead of sometimes useful, just because you get to choose who lives and dies. Licensed contractor. For 3 tries, you get to fix windows. Isn't that an amazing deal? You're a carpenter without having to do the work. But basically, this is just 3 points. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I would say it's just useful. I mean, it's really not useful, but it's just useful because it's basically 3 points, bro. 3 points. Like, how are you gonna complain about 3 points and getting your boarded up windows? Like, come on. This might be the first boarded like gobblegum that's actually useful in any sort of way. Lucky crit. So for 1 full round, you get the higher chance of activating your alternate ammo, which would be like Thunderwall or Turned, anything that comes with the double packed weapon. I don't think I ever seen anybody use this. I mean, it could be useful, but who really uses this? I'm gonna put it on. It could be useful because it could come in clutch because those alternate weapon like types are really good, especially like blazing furnace or blasting furnace. I forgot what it was named. And turned and thunderwall. So I will put it on sometimes useful, but I don't really see anybody run this to be honest. Mind blown. Now this is a better version of fear in headlights. Obviously, this one like kills them instead of like stops them, but still, this comes in clutch. I think it could come in clutch when you get cornered because it kills any zombie that you look at. It blows their heads up. Uh, so I would say it's sometimes useful, but I don't think anybody's like really like, oh, let me get a hold of mind blown just in case I get caught in a corner. No, we got in plain sight for that or anywhere but here. But it could be sometimes useful just because it could help you get out of a corner. I mean, it does have 3 activations, so 3 tries. Near death experience. Now, this is the one that I'm talking about. This is basically an upgraded aftertaste. So, for 3 rounds, you can stand next to anybody that's downed or yourself. If somebody stands near you, they revive you just by standing near them. So, it's basically like a little circle for anybody that's down. They get revived and they get to keep their perks. So, this is a fucking godly gobblegum. This is the one that I was talking about. Upgraded aftertaste, but it is a mega. It is really rare. I probably have like 5 of them or 6 of them in my loadout, but really goaded. Come definitely run it in a boss fight along with Phoenix up, but it comes really in clutch, man, when you really need it, especially in them boss fights. Now you see me. So for 10 seconds, I can choose for the zombies to come and grab my ass. That's basically what it is. I think it's helpful when somebody else is trying to do the Easter egg step and they need the zombies taken off of them. But still, 10 seconds, bro? Really? So I would say it does come in useful in that regard. Uh, but that will be sometimes useful, man, because it's situational. Uh, but yeah, I would not see it being useful unless you're trying to like get the zombies of somebody that's just came back into the round or an Easter egg step. But it is 10 seconds. I think it's really short and for what it does. On the house, a free perk. Just like the free money, it's useful. Super useful, bro. You can literally give everybody a free perks. You could get all the perks. If you got a bunch of these in your loadout, you can literally it's basically a perkaholic, but you are wasting a lot of gobblegums. But yeah, it's just a free perk, just like the free money. Uh, yeah, it's just a free perk. Perkaholic. Let's be honest. How many of y'all are still using the perkaholic that you had since like 2015 to 2016? Raise your hand. I got like, dude, I got like a bunch of them, like a bunch of them stacked up. And every time I'm about to lose one, let me guess, I close the fucking app. Yeah, I'm never losing them, bro. I still get the same gobblegums from back in the day. It's just crazy, but that you get all the perks, man. That's all it says. Free perks. You get all the perks in the map. Goaded. Phoenix up. Definitely not on the level of near death experience, but it still comes in clutch, and I would dare to say it's a godly gobblegum. It comes in clutch, man, especially in boss fights. I got like 40 of these, and I save them for every boss fight that I do. Definitely godly, better aftertaste. Not as good as near death experience, but definitely a good one. Pop shocks. So for the 5 next melees, you are the god of thunder. So electricity comes out when you do your melees, and it does have the potential of killing Margwas and Panzers in one shot. I believe the Panzers, if you got the plunger, but you gotta do a whole lot of bullcrap to get it. But on its own, It could come in clutch. I would say sometimes useful, but it's just like the burnt out one. Uh, I don't see where you would be able to use it. You wouldn't like. It's not like you're doing an Easter egg step or like the Panzer is coming. And you're like, oh, go get pop shocks, man. We need it for the Panzer. I don't think anybody says that. I will say it's pretty useless. Like it's. I feel if you do the one shot thing for the Panzer or the Margwa, it's useful, but nobody does that. I never heard of that strategy in my life. If you guys have, let me know. But I think it's useless. Any melee one is, I think it's pretty useless, bro. Power vacuum, dude. This gobblegum is goaded. Power ups drop like, oh my goodness, they just drop and they don't stop. I would say this is godly because you just get drops nonstop. It's just nonstop. You could get, I don't know, because like you can choose to pick up. If you get nukes, you don't pick them up, of course. But if you get like max ammos, fire sales, double points, carpenters, like come on, bro, insta kills. This is definitely a goaded ass gobblegum. For 4 rounds, you just get like I'm not exaggerating. Whenever my friend and I would pop this, it's just power ups everywhere. Definitely goaded, bro. You just don't pick up the shitty nuke when you don't want to end the round, and you're good. That's the only thing that like breaks this gobblegum. But besides that, just choose to pick up the good power ups. Profit sharing. Everybody want to be rich. I want to be rich. Let's all be rich. Yeah, this one's definitely godly. You guys don't gotta fight over kills. Everybody gets the same equal points. What else do you want, man? Free monies. Basically free monies. Just make sure to get the most effective points by killing the zombies in an effective method. 3 shots to the knee and then a knife. Raindrops. You basically get all the drops in the game. I would say it's godly. It's the same as you just get every drop on the game. And if you don't want the nuke, which I always say, if you don't want the nuke, because most people just don't, it's basically picking up a nuke is wasting a round. So if you don't want the nuke, you get everything else, which benefits you. Free perk, free everything. Like I said, definitely a goaded. Just get every power up in the game. Just don't pick up the nuke. Respin cycle. Uh, Basically 2 free spins on the box. Who wouldn't want that? I would say that's pretty useful, or sometimes useful. I'll say sometimes useful. Why not? It's a free respin on the box. You get a shitty weapon, like let's say you get the Gorgon, you respin. Shit, I got the ray gun the second time. That could happen, and that would make it a good gobblegum. So yeah, I think it's neutral, not bad, but definitely not a good spot to have a gobblegum in. This gobblegum at least, because it's kind of shit. But if you do have it, I don't think it's pretty bad. Round robbing. Mm. I think this would be good for somebody who's trying to go for a high round. So you literally get to skip the rounds, and you get the money that comes with it. Uh, I would say it could be useful or sometimes useful. It depends. Like I said, if you're trying to go for high rounds, it is useful. So let's think about it. All right, let's say, all right, I'm going for a high round. It is useful. If you're not going for a high round, you're trying to go for Easter egg, I think it's useless unless there's a step that requires you to be in a certain round. But high rounds, useful. Not high rounds, sometimes useful. Easter egg, useless, and sometimes useful. Secret shopper, so I can buy ammo for any gun that I have off the wall. That is kind of useless, bro, because it doesn't include wonder weapons. At that point, I might as well just get a gun off the wall, pack a punch it, and then just buy ammo off the wall whenever I need it. I would say this is pretty useless. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think there's ever a gobblegum. If I didn't have ammo, I would just get a cashback or anything else that gives me ammo. This is just useless. It lasts for 10 minutes too. I think it's pretty useless, man, because I would never go out of my way to put this gobblegum on my loadout. Self medication. So basically, you get down, get a kill while you're down, you get revived, keep all your perks. This is the crappiest version of any I get my perks back when I get revived. Because even if you have the ray gun, because when you get down, you use your pistol, right? Unless you got the ray gun. No, I think actually, if I remember correctly, correct me on this, you get the ray gun automatically when you're down when you have this perk. I think so. If you do, it's still kind of ass because the ray gun becomes so buns after like a certain round, so you cannot even get a kill. Say hot take, pretty useless, man. Pretty useless because after a certain round, it's basically useless. If they don't give you the ray gun when you get down, this is completely useless, no debate. But if they do give you the ray gun when you get down, which I think they do, I think it's still pretty useless. Depending on the round. Depending on the round, it's useless because you will not get a kill. But actually, I'll put it on sometimes useful. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be a good guy. I'm gonna be a good guy, and I'm gonna put it on sometimes useful because if it does give you the ray gun. So please, somebody in the comments, let me know. Does it give you the ray gun when you get down? Because I do remember. Because there's no way they leave you down with a pistol. Because how do you expect to get a kill with a regular pistol like on round 20 or something? I'm pretty sure they do give you. Let's just go. They do give you the ray gun. It is sometimes useful. Shopping spree. For the next minute, you're the richest man on the lobby. Godly. It might even be on its own tier. You cannot deny everything's free. Everything. Perks, guns, wall, whatever. Everything's free. You cannot complain about that. Nobody can disagree with that. Definitely a godly gobblegum. Slaughter slide. So I get to slide 6 times and leave a trail of bombs behind me. I think this is a fun, like a little fun gobblegum. Just like the gun game one. I would say it's pretty useless. Because nobody's picking this out. Keeping it a buck. Who the fuck picks this shit out? Nobody. It's just that it's basically that one perk that Mr. T Lex if I came up with back in the day. Banana colada. I forgot what it was. It was something colada. But yeah, it's pretty useful. It's useless. I mean, it's just a funny. I think it's a funny one. I think it's a funny gobblegum just for shits and giggles. Soda fountain. The broke man's perkaholic. I would say it comes in clutch because you can still get most of your gobblegums, but if you not gobblegums, your perks. But if you do get down, you will not get all the perks. That's the thing. So you better not get down while you're trying to get all your perks with soda fountain because it will stop the progress. So yeah, it comes in clutch. It's a perkaholic, but in a shittier version. Stock option. This shit is ass. What it does, it just takes instead of taking it out of your magazine, it takes it out of the stock of your gun. That is so ass. Like, I mean, I get it. You can spray and pray with it because it's basically taking the ammo. You don't gotta reload, but still, man, come on, that shit is so ass. Like, come on, you be honest with me. You would pick up this gobblegum? Damn right you wouldn't, because this shit is garbage. Sword flay. So you just do more damage on your melee. This is kind of useful. I think you could kill panzers with this pretty easily. With the plunger, once again, with the plunger. I think this was the one that I was getting confused with. I think this is the one that can like one shot them if you have the plunger and you melee the panzer. Uh, I could say it's sometimes useful, but at the same time, it could be pretty useless because there's not a situation where you would use this. Uh, Based off my opinion, I think it's useless. I think it's useless because there's not a situation where I would think that I would use this and anything else. Temporal gift. So power ups last extra 30 seconds and you get one activation. Mm, I think this shit is ass. I think this shit is ass. I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. Definitely not. I didn't even know this gobblegum existed. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm gonna say it's useless. If anybody uses this gobblegum, uh, let me know. Yeah, just any useless gobblegum. Let me know which situation you guys would use it on. Because for me, I would never use those gobblegums in any sort of situation because they're that ass for me. Unbearable. Talk about useless once again, bro. So if you get the bear on the box, what it does, it doesn't go away, and instead the box stays there for another few tries. I'm not keeping this gobblegum just for that. I'm not keeping it. I'm not running this gobblegum just for that. Get that shit out of here, bro. I don't even want to see it. I think that might be one of the most useless ones. I take back what I said about the board ones. I think this one might be take the spot for the most useless fucking gobblegum. I'm Dead Man Walking. So for 4 minutes, all the zombies slow down. This is useful. This is useful. whether you gotta go get your shit back, Easter egg steps, Easter egg fight. It's just one other one of those. And it lasts for 4 minutes, bro. They're all just slowed down like it's round one. Definitely useful, bro. I think it doesn't matter in the situation. If you just want to take a little breather too, like, all right, I'm tired of these motherfuckers chasing me around at the speed of light. Let's take a breather. Go pop that undead man walking. Of course, nobody's gonna really run it, but if you do run it, it will be useful just because you need that little breathing room, and this is what this Gobblegum gives you. Unquenchable, a free perk slot. Who wouldn't love that? I would say it's useful. This is like broke man's perkaholic. But it still comes in useful. I pop it from time to time when I don't want to use my soda fountain or my perkaholic, even though I close the app after I die. But I only use my perkaholic when I try to go for Easter eggs. But if it's a regular run, I use unquenchable. So definitely a useful one if you don't want to use any or risk any of your great perkaholics or soda fountain. Besides that, nothing wrong with it. Just a little extra perk space. If you do go down, you lose the perk slot, but still, you got it in the first place. Wall power. I would say it comes in clutch. It's basically crate power, but for wall weapons. And there's pretty good wall weapons like the KN44, the ICR, the HVK, the KRM, which is probably the best shotgun in the game. I will not get into that. But yeah, it's in the same category as well. Great power. Who's keeping score? So we down to the last ball. Free double points equals free money. You do gotta kill some of the zombies to get it though, so it doesn't spawn out of nowhere. But I will say it's useful if you're trying to get extra money. Anything that's extra money, would you really deny it? No, you wouldn't. So that was the Gobblegum tier list. Let me know what you guys think. Was it good? Was it bad? Would you change anything on the list? Also, if you guys got any video recommendations, I'll gladly take them on the comment section below. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.